Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Ian. Welcome back to the channel Ian the Reader. Today, I have a bit of a different video for you all. I thought it would be fun. I have to do a lot of driving for work. And I thought it would be fun to start doing some like weekly updates maybe that are more just talking about what I'm currently reading. And that's the whole plan. My car makes a lot of noises though, so we'll see how that works out. But anyway, today I'm actually on my way to the library. I have a book to return that, shocker, I didn't read. It's The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. It's late at this point. I have the audiobook for this now though, which is classic Ian. But hey, at least I didn't spend money on the book and not read it. I just checked it out from the library. So yeah, but anyway, I thought I would just go ahead and do a little reading update for you all. And that's the plan. My car's just going to continue to make noises, I guess. But yeah, this is going to be really unedited. It's really just going to be me talking and updating you guys on what I'm reading. So without any further ado, let's jump in. So it has been a slow start to the month of November. I read a lot of books in October, 19 of them, and some of them were quite chunky. And so I've really been taking it easy at the start of this month, not to mention there's been a lot of stuff going on in America and in the news that has just been very distracting. I have not been able to really immerse myself in reading as much, and that's fine. I'm being really patient with myself. I'm not trying to push myself. I've even, believe it or not, slowed my audiobooks down. I'm typically like a 2.5 speed listener, and I'm listening to a book on 1.8 right now, which is weird, but I'm enjoying it. But anyway, let's talk about what I'm reading. I have finished one book in the last week. That is Prince of Thorns, which I'll put a picture of right here. Yeah, this is a book that I read for Jake and Stacey Choose My TBR Part 3, the final installment. So I'm not going to share any of my thoughts on it, but I did listen to this one in the end. Yeah. So that's done. I've got 2 of the 6 books they selected for me completed. I finished Jake's first pick, which was The Bone Shard Daughter, and now I finished Stacey's first pick, which was Prince of Thorns. I'm thinking next, I'm going to keep alternating, so I'm going to do one of Jake's picks next, and I'm really enjoying listening to audiobooks kind of like at a slower speed right now, and he recommended Sleeping Giants on audio, and there's multiple narrators, which typically I'm not a big fan of, like full cast narration. I don't know what it is. I think it's partly that I listen to books at a faster speed, and so having the multiple narrators just kind of takes me out of it a little bit more. But since I'm enjoying listening to books a little bit slower right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and pick this one up pretty soon. So my next update, I may have some news on that. But that's the next one I'm going to pick up from Jake and Stacey. Now, what am I currently reading, though? I went ahead and picked up a book by Wally Lamb, who is the author of my 3rd favorite book of all time. If you've seen my video of my top 10 books ever, yeah, it got 3rd place. That book was I Know This Much Is True. But I'm currently reading The Hour I First Believed, which is quite long. I started physically reading it, and I'm kind of going back and forth between physical and audio. And it's really my main focus as far as books go right now. But I'm about 300 pages into it, and it's like 750 pages roughly, and I'm enjoying it, quote unquote. So there's something about Wally Lamb's writing that just immediately hooks me. Even like when I read I Know This Much Is True, which is like 900 pages, it grabs me. There's something about his writing. I think every book I've read, well, I've only read one other book by him, but this book is in first person, and the way he writes, just his protagonists are so endearing, despite the fact that they're very flawed and very frustrating at times. Their voice is just so clear, and it pulls me in immediately. So that's exactly what happened with this book. I will say the content on this one is rough. I Know This Much is True was very emotional as well, but this one revolves around a married couple who are both employed at Columbine High School when the massacre took place. And so I've gotten to the point in the novel now where that has happened, and we're just dealing kind of with the aftermath and the trauma and all of that. But it is just jarring and emotional and very upsetting. So I'm definitely taking my time on this one as well. I anticipate this being a 5-star read, and I'm hoping that this is what really solidifies Wally Lamb as a new favorite author of mine. I knew that he was amazing because I Know This Much Is True is, again, one of my favorite books of all time, but this is only my 2nd book from him. So very excited to finally be reading that. I think after this, I'm going to read She's Come Undone. I want to believe that's what it's called. It's his debut novel and one of his most acclaimed ones. I also got an e-arc of his upcoming book. I believe it's called The River is Waiting. I'm going to put a picture of it right here. I can't remember 100% what it's called. But I got an e-arc of that, so I'm planning on reading all of his novels in anticipation of that book and then doing a ranking once I've completed all of those. So yeah, that's my update on that book. Really good so far. Really emotional, though. Not for the faint of heart, because it's very immersive and graphic at times and just gut punch after gut punch. So yes, but I'm quote-unquote enjoying that book. The other book that I am currently reading is called Green Teeth. The author's name is Molly something. I'm not 100% sure what the author's name is, but you can see it here. This is an e-arc that I have from NetGalley, from Orbit, so thank you so much to Orbit. But yeah, I picked this up on a whim. The cover grabbed my attention, and it sounded very Fable-like, but with like some coziness to it as well. And so I requested it, I got approved, and the other day I was just looking through my Kindle library, I saw it there, and I was like, you know what, let's just dip my toes into this. And I'm now like 20% in, and I'm really enjoying it. So we follow our main character, first person character, is a Green Teeth. Her name is Jenny Green Teeth, which I guess that's some sort of myth or fable that I haven't heard about. But yeah, she's this lake creature who's green and has long teeth that are green as well. And she's just kind of amphibious. And she lives in this lake, and one day she's just wandering around down there, and a witch is thrown into the lake, and she's shackled. It's like during, I believe it's set during like kind of all the Salem witch trials type time. But yeah, she's thrown into the lake, and she sees the witch, and she decides to save her. And so she takes her back to her little cave in the lake, and things go from there. But it is definitely very kind of cozy. I really like the main character, Jenny Green Teeth. It's such an interesting protagonist for the story, but I really love the atmosphere. It's cozy, but also kind of sad because of the situation that both the main character and the witch find themselves in, but I'm really enjoying it, like I said, overall. So I'm gonna try to finish that this week. Given that I'm mainly focusing on the other book, though, the Wally Lamb book, I may not finish it this week, but we'll see. I am really enjoying it, though, and I just remembered the author's name is Molly O'Neill. So definitely check this book out. I believe it comes out in February of next year, so you have time to pre-order it. Get on it. It's really enjoyable. It's been compared to T. Kingfisher's books, and I can definitely see that comparison, but I'm really enjoying this one so far, and yeah, I recommend. We'll see if I can finish it in the next week, though. Other than that, books that I might be starting next. So like I said, I may end up reading Sleeping Giants within the next week. Other than that, I'm thinking possibly The Sunlit Man by Brandon Sanderson. I'm very much in a reading mood right now, eternally, but especially with me almost kind of being in that reading slump. So we'll see what I end up finishing. But that's pretty much it for this update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this kind of like style of video. Like I said, this is just something I think would be fun to do, like a weekly update, maybe like every Friday post an update. But yeah, let me know if you like it or if you don't. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Bye.